Greetings. Peace. What's going on, sentient beings? Yes. It's Prosperity Priestess. I'm back with a video. And this one's a really cool one, important one that I so-called already made, but when I went to try to find it in my phone, it wasn't there. I'm like, how's the whole video disappeared? I looked in the trash portion, it wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I don't know how, but I know I made a video that's not there anymore. And then I was a little bit discouraged about that, but I'm like, all things happen for a reason. All things happen in alignment, in divine ways, in divine timing. Yes, but I have made a video about this right here. Ooh, home sweet home. I'm so excited. I get to find a location to hang this up. I found this on the curb. What year? We're in 2006 right now. It was 2024 because I still had my 2 apartments ago. And I knew, I was going to be leaving the apartment soon. / evicted. Or whatever. And I found this. And I kept it. And it's great. So even at my last apartment that I moved into on the 30th of 2024, and stayed the night there. That was my first night there. Woke up on the 31st, 2024, December 31st, which is, at that point, it was a 7-year anniversary of my grandmother transitioning. Yes. And I've been there I was there a year. I never hung this up. I kept it like in when you first entered the apartment, I kept it in that room, like on the floor, but I never hung it up. So now it's time for me to do that. So I'm super excited about that because at the point of this whole video, I'm in my new space, my new place. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. Yes! And I have so much to say about it. I signed my lease 2025, December 30th. Exactly a year later from when I signed the last lease. So I made sure that night, the 30th, that I had the keys, I made sure that I went and I stayed the night here so that I could wake up here on the 31st and be all in my grandma's energy, the day that she transitioned now 8 years ago. So I was really excited about that. And it's been a beautiful process, like moving in and everything. What are we gonna do? We'll do this one. Where are we? We're Virgo moon today. Yes, so right now is Tuesday. It's January 6th. It's 2026. This is the second time me making a video this year. No, because last time when I made the video, it was... No, I think it was already, yeah, it was already, January 1st when I made the video. But anyways, this is going to be the first video that gets published from this year, I guess. And that's excellent. So, I gotta give thanks always and in all ways. So I said I'm going to have my ancestor altar in the background during this video. So I'm just so grateful, and I feel their presence around me always and always, so often. I talk to people about honoring their ancestors and giving reverence and letting them know that they're always with them. But I had to make a video just communicating about the sequence of events and like how it all played out timing wise. Because I like to say that the timing shows a divine alignment. Like getting the keys on the 30th And I just came out of a shelter, got the keys on the 30th, woke up in a new apartment on the 31st. That was 2024. Now, 2025, exactly a year later, the same thing. Keys on the 30th. I didn't plan that. It happened to be my day off. It happened to be he was available. I told him I wanted to be in here by the 1st. Boom, 30th. Signed the lease, had the keys, stayed the night, woke up here on the 31st. It's great. Now this is, and it's just so amazing. Now this is another concept that I want to communicate about. This, my mother gifted me this. And I told her last time I was at her house, like I saw that she had a mortar and pestle. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted one of those. And she said, oh yeah, your brother said the same thing. And I gave him the last one. You can have this one. And I was like, no, that's okay, Mom. So that happened. Then fast forward, like less than a week later, she's like, I have something for you. And she gifted me this, as well as some other items for their home, like some pillows, some bath towels, and like bathroom rugs and stuff. So, but she gifted me this, and it's so nice. Marble and wood. So I put on my altar. And what's so relevant about this, the brand name is Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. And that's incredible. I said, wow, look at that. Let's go, Hestia. That's a straight confirmation. You know I did a ritual to Hestia this time. Let's go. She's the goddess of hearth and home. This literally says hearth and hand. Like, stop playing with me. And my mother gave this to me and all that Cancer, full moon energy. Oh man, it was amazing. But this was certainly a confirmation. You know, it literally says hearth in hand. Like, she could have grabbed any one of these, any brand name. Like, she don't know I did a ritual. She's a whole Jehovah's Witness. But she's a Pisces moon. She be talking to me all spiritually now. And I'm like, yes, trust your intuition. Well, she's always been on that, trust your intuition. I told you, she's a Pisces moon. She's always known things. And now it's like she's embracing that more. She like talks about it. Well, she communicates some of her sentences. I'm like, I feel the exact same way. That's right. Yup. You'll be guided. Yup. But then she'll throw in a Jehovah every once in a while. And I'm like, gotta hear those egregores. Gotta hear that Yahweh-ness. But yes, this is super relevant, and it's so symbolic that it says the hearth in hand. Because like I just said, I did for moving into this apartment, I was like, I'm about to work with Hestia this time, the goddess of hearth and home. Yes, and it was like, I'm pretty sure it was during the Sagittarius season. So yeah, so now we just with the Capricorn season. So a good month ago, I had to check the dates. I'm gonna look at my videos because I don't know what day I did the ritual on. But I know I'm up in here now, and I know I was gifted this beautiful mortar and pestle. It was my first one that I have in my life, and it says hearth, and that's just incredible to me. So some other key things that occurred during like this whole move and transition and all that. My dad was supposed to help me move, but he ended up coming down with like some sort of cold or something. He's feeling much better now. I gave him the remedies, what to do, and he did. And he was still trying to help me. I was like, no, because I called him. I'm like, how come I haven't heard from him all day? And then when I finally called him, because I was doing whatever I was doing, I spent the evening with my friend, with my tall, dark, and handsome lover. And that was nice. So we brought in the new year together, right? Yeah, that was great. But anyways, boom, it's the first now. I'm supposed to be moving everything. My day off. I happen to have a holiday off. I was going to be moving everything that day. And my dad never called me. So eventually I called him the afternoon. And I heard his voice like, yo, are you sleeping? He's like, no, I'm outside shoveling, using the snowblower. I'm like, why do you sound like that? And he told me his throat. I'm like, oh no. I was like, well, you can't help move, like, and you're sounding like that. Like, he's like, well, what are you gonna do? And I was like, you know what? Mom could help me. I just need her to drive. And in terms of moving all the items out of the old apartment into the new one, there's nothing really heavy like that. So between my daughter and myself, we got this. So that's what ended up occurring. My dad, he helped with one load, helped me load everything up. He's like, let me get all the heavy stuff now. Did all of that. And then got everything in the vehicle. And then, yes, picked up my mom and daughter so that we could drop him off so he could rest. And then from there, me, my mother, and my daughter, we moved everything. So it was like 3 generations of women. And this was on the 1st. So it was still Gemini moon, but it was in that energy. The new moon was on the 3rd or 4th. So it was still, not new moon, pardon me. The full moon in Cancer was like, I believe on the 3rd. So we were still in that 3rd or 4th. We were still in that Cancer full moon energy of the divine feminine, of the matriarch, of the mother, of the home. So it was just beautiful. At one point we were in the car, one of the trips going back and forth, and there was like, was staring at the moon, like, because it was getting darker. It was beautiful. It wasn't quite dark out. And my mom, she's driving, looking at the moon. And then she like swerved because this car came on the street. And I saw the plates and it was like, it said 444. I said, all right, I gotta talk on it. So then I just started talking to my daughter and my mother. I'm in the back seat, they're in the front seat. Started talking to them like, oh, that's 444. That's divine protection. That's just like your ancestors. You know this is a Cancer full moon, and you know that y'all see it up there, and you know that Cancer represents the mother, the home, nurturing energy. And it's 4th house energy, like that 444, and the full moon's at 13 degrees, which is a 4. And the 13th letter of the alphabet is an M. So I always think about that as the mother, the matriarch, magic. You already know. It was like everything was just in divine alignment. I mean, that's how it be in my life. Everything do be in divine alignment. Doesn't mean it's always things are perfect or my life is just so spectacular. I love my life. I enjoy it. It's wonderful, and it just gets better and better every day. Yes. I love this esoteric life that I'm living. I love learning and growing and putting out my energy to bring forth desired results. You already know. I gotta start shuffling. I had shuffled in the last video and all that. And I know it was making the video, the light was on. It's okay. All things happen for a reason, because I wouldn't have been able to tell you guys about this gift. Hearth in hand. I wouldn't have been able to tell you about the whole moving experience, which was 3 women, 3 different generations that got it done during the full moon in Cancer energy. On the 1st day of the year, he's bringing it in. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. So I was really grateful for that. All right, what is that? Oh, 10 of wings? Yeah, the difficulty, it wasn't difficult. It was all of us working together. So it made a difficult task a lot more enjoyable, a lot quicker. And it was just a memory, that we shared. And I was like, I'm going to buy you guys some food. My mom was like, oh, no, I'm good. We bought food yesterday. We got leftovers. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to buy my daughter some food then. And let her get what she wants. She's been working hard all day. But it was just amazing. Oh, and then that's another thing that happened. Right when we were leaving, because we did like four carloads, I believe. Yup. Yes. And right when we were leaving, so my mom, she was sweeping everything up. I was like, I want it. She was like, oh, it's nicer that way. I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you. And I was like, I got to take some pictures of everything in here because you know how these people in this program, they like to play and make things up and X, Y, and Z. In a different video, I was talking about how I had to like I had to call their supervisors. So just because of the energy that they were throwing at me and trying to force me to go places I don't want to go. And then they're like making stuff up. Like all of a sudden my rent price changed, but you're not having me sign no paperwork. And what you're saying, the reasons that it's changing don't make sense. Like you're saying it's changing because of something that happened 4 months ago. But like, well then, if that's the case, like y'all should have sent a new landlord form to DSS and they would have been paying a new rent rate. Don't try to make I say I gotta pay a new rent rate because now I'm paying the rent. I'm not doing that. You playing with the wrong one. And then word. Like my daughter was supposed to be signed up for some Christmas thing where they give the gifts and stuff. Christmas thing came and went. They never brought her nothing, never said nothing about that. So I let all that be known to the supervisor. I was like, I can send an email if you want. It was just a voice message. So fast forward, I mentioned that in a different video. Fast forward, now we're leaving, about to leave, and lo and behold, one of the people, the person from the program, the Aquarius from the program, who was talking about I gotta pay some price that I know is not accurate, and then trying to provide false reasons. She's gonna provide me 2 false reasons at that. So yo, you must think I'm slow. Oh, you think because you sit behind a desk you can just do just anything. It's always those people that sit. I'm telling you. So I made a phone call, left a voice message, and now, like I said, fast forward, when we were leaving, she shows up because she was like cleaning out one of the other apartments from one of the tenants moving from the program because they're trying to kick everybody out because somebody called code because somebody's ceiling is leaking and all of that, and they're not trying to fix it. So they're like, well, get rid of them and we'll get a new batch of tenants in that we can say we helped get off the streets and out of the shelter and into a location that's not fit for people to be living there, but we're going to get this money from them. Anyways, I spent my year there. I did what I needed to do, and I'm up out of there, and I use this program to facilitate what I want in my life, period. So I'm excited about that. But she showed up to like clean up another apartment, right? It was getting dark out. And I'm like, what's that sound downstairs? I opened the door. It was her. She's like, oh, I didn't know you were here. She's like, I have something for you. I have a gift for your daughter. She gonna bring the Christmas gifts wrapped and stuff. They had them in a, she got one of them bags from the grocery store that you get, reusable bags with Christmas gifts in it. She dropping it off on the 1st. Yeah, that's because of that phone call I made. Like, you're going to do your job. You sitting here getting $50K a year. That's what it looked like when I saw that job posting online. I said, they make $50K a year to push paperwork? What? Yo! But I'm not trying to really be in that type of position. Because, I'm sensitive to energy, so I need to be mindful whose energy I have around me. Plus, there's other plans for my life in general. So, yeah, but I won that. Boom. I got out of the apartment. I got the apartment that I wanted. Despite what the places they were trying to push me, I made sure they did what they said they was going to do. Give my baby them gifts. Also, of course, I got my baby gifts. So it wasn't nothing anyways, but now I can see, like, y'all, I already knew. You just do what you want to do and just be making shit up. I didn't pay not an extra dime at all. Talking about, I don't understand why. Send me a text, why you only paid this amount? Because that's what my lease says. Like, what are you talking about? Yo. But, small stuff, The whole point is that you can get things to be how you want them to be. You manipulate the energy. You are the wave. You cause. You are the cause. And the effect. That's right. Oh, that's making me think about some of my channel raps. So those are some things I need to tap into, like just rewriting them, getting them organized, making sure that they're, uh, well, they are already published, most of them, but they're easy to find. Maybe I'll even publish them in a book. Getting my book, The ABCs of Divinity, published. So those are some of my goals for the year. In this 1 year, well, 10 year, which breaks down to a 1. But you know, I look at 10 as power, like Pluto, and man and a woman coming together. Um, so it's like a spark of life. It's like at the pinnacle. And it breaks down to a 1. Yup, to the sun. Who's that? Leo energy. It's the year of the horse. So the horse, I learned from watching the Cope College channel, and then I watched some other astrologers communicating, and like the horse and the year of the horse has everything to do with being triumphant, moving forward gallantly. You know, horses, they're free. They roam freely. They live abundantly. They race. They're beautiful, but moving fast and to be successful. And it's just interesting because even before I learned all of that, when I got this new phone that I'm using here, I set my password as winning. All right, so what we doing? Hold on. I set my password as winning. That's my theme for the year. All right, 7 of gems. Fresh. It says frustration. That's because, you know, sometimes things take time to grow, and you're working on it. But the 7 of gems card, that's beautiful. So all the things that we've been working on the last year and this year going into is gonna come into fruition beautifully. But it can be a frustrating process, and that's okay, but you have to stick to it and know that you're gonna win, know you're gonna be successful in your endeavors, and keep pushing at them. Gratitude, confirmation. Even like me, making these videos, like sometimes I get discouraged, I get doubtful. I'm like, but I know, I just feel like I'm supposed to do this. I have a calling to do it. Like I still at times get nervous. Like I gotta press the go button real fast. Like, okay, just go, just do it. Just jump in there. And then once I get going, I feel more comfortable and, you know, happy, elated to be communicating these messages. Yo, the other day, I was at work because I felt it. Someone said, yo, bring your tarot cards. So I did. So I could do a reading for someone there that, like, we resonate with each other a lot. We have spiritual conversations. It's amazing. And, she's a Pisces. Of course she's a Pisces. When I first asked her if she was an Aquarius, and she said, no, I'm a Pisces. And then she told me the day and stuff she was born on. Then I showed her birth chart eventually. I was like, oh, you're at 0 degrees. Like, I know what I felt. I know what I was picking up. Even when she told me the day, I was like, oh, you're on the cusp. Like, but we have amazing conversations about our altars and everything. Tarot cards. So I decided to bring my cards, and I did a reading for her. And she was telling me how the things resonate, and that's great, you know. And, you know, it's everything in her life. And I'm showing her the cards and talking about the pictures on them. And she's, you know, like, wow, that's so-and-so in my life. And that's so-and-so. And I do feel this way. And wow. And she was telling me that sometimes, even like outside of that reading, sometimes during our conversations, because every time we're having a conversation, I'm like, yo, every time you give me the goosebumps. She was telling me that a lot of times, sometimes I may be communicating to her, and it's like it's right on point with something that she may have been thinking a couple days prior or something. So that's cool to be able to relate with another person in that way. But yeah, when you're working towards something, it could be frustrating, but don't stop. You got this. You got to persevere. Your perseverance pays off. Oh, you see it. The Magician, the #1 major arcana. You gonna have to use your energy this year for sure. You should be doing that every year, every day. The Magician card is #1. Wow, the Magician is Virgo, it is Pisces. I call it Aquarius too. Magic, baby. Voila. You got to use that to bring about the results you want. What are they holding? It looks like a chess piece, a violin. I don't know what this character is holding, but you know the magician card when you see it. It came out in reverse. Don't be afraid to use your magic. I mean, it'd be working for me. Like I said, I did a ritual to get into this apartment. The last apartment, I did a ritual to get into, coming right out the shelter. It was even... And that when I did the Eshu, did that to Legba. I did the crossroads ritual, and instead of doing it once at one crossroad, I did it at 2 different crossroads. And I picked very strategic areas in the city. I went to Susquehanna in exchange, because this is on the Susquehanna River. The town, Binghamton, that I was in at the time, is on the Susquehanna River. Binghamton is where the 2 rivers meet, Shenango and Susquehanna. Area code is 607, which is fog. 6 is a F, 0, 0, 7 is G, fog. It's a native burial ground. They got all the little signs out there near all the river walks and all that, talking about the war, General Clintons and Sullivans and the British and the indigenous Americans being allies against the, how they call them? They say the indigenous Americans, and they say I forget what they call them, but the people, the colonizers, the ones the British were fighting against for the Americans. This is not American Revolution. Is it? I don't know which war. I don't know. Oh, my history. The only thing worse in my history is my geography. Dang. But these are sacred grounds. This Twilight Zone, and this land was stolen. So speaking of which, I did the ritual on the Susquehanna in exchange being a energy, high voltage area, and then anything Susquehanna near the water. And then I did drop the coins of the next intersection. I dropped it at one intersection, did the ritual, didn't look back, walked past a church called Crossroads, and then dropped the next coin at the next intersection, which was Exchange and North Shore Drive. So it was right there off of the river. Then I went over the riverbank and put my feet in the water and all that. It was October. I remember it was cold AF. 3 weeks later, I was in a shelter that was literally across the street from where I had my feet in the water, and I had no idea that a shelter was even there. 3 weeks in one day. And then 3 weeks after that, like 3 weeks and 2 days, I was in an apartment. I said, whoa. So I be doing these rituals. Use your magic. Get what you want. Put your energy out. As above, so below, as within, so without. This is what you are here to do. Manifest it. Bring it forth. Bring it into fruition. It can be a frustrating process. It can also be a magical experience. Very fun. All right, so that one was in reverse. So yeah, okay, so that was that apartment. Hold on. This one, the last one, the one before that, when I was over there. The apartment before that, I stayed in for 2 years. I did a ritual to get in there too, out of a shelter. I did the ritual on the full moon. It was a full moon in Virgo, so it was like March time frame. And by the full moon in Libra, I was in that apartment. Stayed there for 2 years. So I'm just saying, do what you gotta do to make it work for you. And you won't be disappointed. Stop being disappointed. 5 of Cups. Don't cry over spilt milk. Take action. Do something about it. You still got other cups standing upright. Don't be crying over what's happened in the past or if something didn't go the way you wanted it. Use your magic and make it happen. Ooh. confirmation. Whole phone then fell. That's what's up. To see the 5 of Cups in a reverse and it's saying the word disappointment. Mm-hmm. Oh, yo. You know who it is. You know what it is. You know what I do. Prosperity Priestess. Yo, the Wheel of Fortune. Stop playing with me. In this 10 year, this 10 card came out. It says luck. Oh, and last time this card came out, I said it was a Sagittarius card. It's not a Sagittarius card. It's a Jupiter card representing expansion, right? Wow, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel, things going in cycles, you know. Y'all know what kind of year you probably had for 2025, 2026, totally different. 2025 was endings, 9-year. You hear me telling you my story, what I went through, and now I'm, oh yeah, off to a running start. 2026, I am so ecstatic. Word, the Magician card and the Wheel of Fortune. Let's go. You know who it is. You know what it is. You know what I do. Oh, that's what's up. And last thing I'm gonna say, because I said it in the video that didn't get uploaded. I found out like the day I signed the lease and all that, happened to be riding with my parents and all that, and I found out my mom told me that her grandma, so my great grandma, used to live right on the corner of Susquehanna and Carroll. I said, what? I didn't know that. But I thought like that, and she's telling me it, and I'm learning this in this Cancer full moon energy. I mean, it was still Gemini moon then, but you know what I'm saying. You know, it's 3 days before, 3 days after. And I was just like, wow, I never knew that. I had grew up and lived in Binghamton my whole life. I never knew that. She lived there, right there near Columbus Park, on the corner of Susquehanna and Carroll. So I'm just like, wow. And for me to learn that right after signing the lease, like that same day, and I'm just thinking about how I had the year prior did my crossroads ritual on that. Well, if you go on Susquehanna in Exchange. So wow, that's my great grandmother's energy too. Stop playing. This is a magical, wonderful journey, and I'm loving it, and I'm grateful, and I hope you guys are too. You know, these messages are meant to inspire and plant seeds of divinity. You know, let your soul blossom. As well as me, like facing my fears and talking. I'm not afraid to talk. Just talking to. I know sometimes I do get shy, and that's okay. It's alright. It's irrelevant. It's neither here or there. It ain't stopping not a damn thing. Wow. And I posted a video about the Cancer full moon, and she was saying that it was a video about the Cancer full moon as well as coming into this new year, 2026, and she was saying it's a 10-year, 2026 a 10, and 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And then once you get into the expansion and running and Jupiter and make you think Sagittarius, now you're talking about a horse, and this is the year the horse, like perfect card for the year. I'm telling you, it's all about winning, going out there and getting it. Don't be disappointed from the past or from things not exactly working out how you want in the moment. Don't let them frustrations stop you from using your energy, your magic, and making it happen. You're gonna be abundant and prosperous and grateful out here. Yeah, remember to always ask ancestors and to surely seek spirit. Peace.